In the labyrinth of existence, where truth intertwines with perception, lie painful truths about life that linger in the shadows, waiting to be acknowledged. These realities are here to stay. So, rather than running away from these painful truths, let them cut through the veil of your illusions and allow you to confront the raw essence of life itself. So, here are 13 hard truths about life. 1. Impermanence, the transitory nature of life. Life is a fleeting phenomenon, like a shooting star that streaks across the night sky, leaving behind only a trail of memories. We often find ourselves clinging to moments, relationships, and experiences, desperately trying to preserve them. But the painful truth is, everything is impermanent. From the blooming of a flower to the rise and fall of civilizations, impermanence is an undeniable force that shapes our lives. Embracing impermanence allows us to appreciate the beauty of each passing moment and find solace in the ebb and flow of life's cycles. Julius Caesar, the iconic Roman general, who lived a life that was nothing short of a dramatic spectacle, a testament to the impermanence of life. Born into the patrician class, Caesar's life was a whirlwind of victories and defeats, triumphs and tragedies. His rise to power was meteoric, marked by a series of military victories that saw him ascend to the pinnacle of Roman politics. Yet, his reign was as fleeting as it was glorious. On the Ides of March, 44 BC, Caesar's life was brutally cut short. Betrayed by those he trusted, he was assassinated in a coup that shook the very foundations of Rome. His death marked the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. Such is the impermanence of everything. 2. Mortality, the inevitability of death. Death is the great equalizer, a certainty that looms over every living being. It is a reminder that our time is limited. Confronting our own mortality can be unsettling, as it forces us to confront the inevitable end that awaits us all. Yet, accepting the reality of death can awaken a newfound appreciation for life. It compels us to live fully, to pursue our passions, and to cherish the moments we have with loved ones. Only by acknowledging death can we truly embrace the gift of life. The story of the ancient Greek philosopher Pythagoras serves as a poignant example of the inescapability of death. Pythagoras, renowned for his teachings and the eponymous theorem, was also known for his belief in metempsychosis, the transmigration of souls after death into a new body. Despite his spiritual beliefs and intellectual prowess, Pythagoras couldn't evade his own mortality. As per various accounts, he was either killed during a conflict in Croton, starved in a temple, or refused to escape through a field of fava beans due to his teachings and was subsequently caught and killed. His death underscores the painful truth about life, that no matter one's beliefs, achievements, or wisdom, death is inevitable. 3. Uncertainty, the constant unknowns. Life is a series of unpredictable twists and turns, a journey filled with uncertainty. No matter how meticulously we plan, there will always be unforeseen events that challenge our expectations. Embracing uncertainty requires us to let go of the need for control and embrace the inherent fluidity of life. As much as it is a painful truth, the beauty about uncertainty and randomness is that it can go in our favor as much as against us. One such tale of serendipity is that of Sir Alexander Fleming, a name that echoes through the annals of medical history. Fleming, a scientist by profession, had left his laboratory for a brief respite, a vacation to escape the monotony of his daily routine. Upon his return, he was greeted by an unexpected sight. On a petri dish, once home to a thriving culture of Staphylococcus bacteria, was now invaded by an unwelcome guest, a mold. Instead of the anticipated disaster, a miracle unfolded before Fleming's eyes. The area surrounding the mold was completely free of any bacterial growth. 4. Vulnerability, our fragile nature. Vulnerability is the dark underbelly of our existence, a constant reminder of our mortality, and the delicate threads that hold our lives together. It is the haunting realization that we are fragile beings, easily bruised and broken by the relentless tides of adversity. Our hearts, ever so tender and fragile, bear the weight of sorrow, loss, and betrayal. Our minds, clouded with doubts and fears, struggle to find stability in a world that seems determined to undermine our sense of security. However, we can seek inspiration from iconic fighters like George St. Pierre and Robert Whittaker, among others, who have all openly spoken about the unbearable stress they felt just before the fights. To think that these fighters who have been invincible in their violent trade would ever talk about being vulnerable and risk shattering their image. Yet, they chose to speak out their fragility and their humaneness. This confession is in fact not a sign of weakness, but a testament to their strength. It was a painful truth about life that they accepted, shared, and with that were able to conquer their fragilities in times when they needed to perform. In a world that often equates vulnerability with weakness, their story stands as a stark contradiction. It underscores the reality that acknowledging our fragile nature does not diminish us, but rather, it makes us more human, more relatable, and ultimately, more resilient. 5. Failure, setbacks and more setbacks. Life is a treacherous journey, filled with dark corners and unforeseen obstacles. In the pursuit of our dreams, we often stumble and fall, only to find ourselves face to face with failure. It is in these moments that we come face to face with the painful truth that setbacks are an inherent part of the human experience. No matter how hard we try, how meticulously we plan, life has a way of throwing curveballs that shatter our hopes and aspirations. For example, in the realm of scientific innovation, few names shine as brightly as Thomas Edison. Yet, his journey to inventing the practical electric light bulb was anything but smooth. Edison faced countless setbacks, with over 1,000 unsuccessful attempts. Each failure brought him closer to the brink of financial ruin and public ridicule. But Edison, a master of embracing failure, saw each setback as a stepping stone towards success. He famously remarked, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His relentless pursuit of progress, despite repeated failures, eventually led to the invention of the electric light bulb, forever transforming the world. Edison's story serves as a stark reminder that failure is not the opposite of success, but an integral part of the journey. 6. Regret, the burden of past choices. It is the ghost of choices past, a stark reminder of the roads not taken, opportunities missed, and words left unsaid. Regret is a bitter pill to swallow, a heavy cross we bear often in silence. It is the echo of our mistakes that reverberates through the hollow chambers of our hearts, a constant whisper in our ears reminding us of what could have been. It is the mirror that reflects not our faces, but our souls, tarnished by the decisions we wish we could change but are powerless to alter. The burden of past choices will always remain a painful truth for all mankind. One example who has taught us the power of accepting the past is none other than the legendary Mike Tyson. Having led a highly turbulent life of poverty, richness, glamour, conflict, violence and prize fighting, he is an epitome of stoicism at this point in his life. Mike Tyson, despite his persona as the baddest man on the planet, has been most vocal about his regrets and mistakes, which has allowed him to come to peace with his past, rather than a hostage to it. Hence, by acknowledging our regrets, we can reflect on our past choices and learn from them. Rather than dwelling on what could have been, we can focus on the present moment, and make conscious decisions that align with our values and aspirations. 7. Loneliness, navigating the depths of isolation. Loneliness is not merely the absence of company, but the absence of understanding, the absence of connection. It is a profound sense of isolation that can envelop us even in the most crowded of rooms. It is a silent scream, a cry for connection that often goes unheard. It is a labyrinth of emotions, a maze where we often lose ourselves. In the midst of the 19th century, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was known to grapple with the depths of loneliness. His life was marked by personal losses and the weight of leading a nation through its most divisive and bloody war. Yet, it was in this isolation that Lincoln found the strength to navigate his personal and political life. Lincoln used his solitude productively. He turned to literature, particularly poetry and plays, to find solace and understanding. He was known to have a deep affinity for the works of William Shakespeare and Robert Burns, often quoting them in his speeches. These works, filled with themes of human suffering and resilience, resonated with Lincoln's personal experiences and helped him navigate his own feelings of isolation. Moreover, Lincoln's loneliness shaped his leadership. His personal suffering made him more empathetic towards the pain and struggles of others. It was this empathy that guided his decisions during the Civil War, leading him to issue the landmark decision that paved the way for the abolition of slavery. In the face of loneliness, Lincoln found strength, empathy, and a deeper understanding of the human condition. His life serves as a testament to the fact that while loneliness is a painful reality, it can also be a powerful catalyst for personal growth and transformation. 8. Change, the constant evolution of life. Change is an inherent part of life's tapestry, weaving its way through every experience and relationship. It can be excruciating to witness the familiar dissolve and give way to the unknown. However, embracing change is the only way to acknowledge the painful truth of change itself. An essential for personal growth and adaptation. Freddie Roach, a name synonymous with boxing, is a testament to adaptability. A former professional boxer, he was forced to retire early due to Parkinson's disease. But instead of letting his condition define him, Roach chose to redefine himself. He transitioned from the ring to the corner, becoming one of the most respected boxing trainers in the world, having trained numerous world champions, including Manny Pacquiao and Miguel Cotto, demonstrating his ability to adapt and excel in a new role. His story is a stark reminder that life is in a constant state of evolution. We must adapt and evolve with it, turning our setbacks into setups for future success. 9. Inequality, confronting the unfairness of the world. Inequality is a bitter pill to swallow, a painful truth that permeates every facet of our lives. From the moment we are born, we are thrust into a world that is inherently unfair, a world that privileges some while marginalizing others. The scales of justice are often tipped, and the playing field is rarely ever level. We are born into circumstances we did not choose, and these circumstances often dictate the trajectory of our lives. Consider the life of Alan Turing, a brilliant mathematician and the father of modern computing. Despite his invaluable contributions during World War II, where his work on the Enigma machine at Bletchley Park helped the Allies decipher crucial German codes, Turing faced severe discrimination and punishment due to his homosexuality, a characteristic deemed illegal in the UK during his lifetime. In 1952, he was prosecuted for gross indecency and forced to undergo chemical castration as an alternative to prison. This tragic mistreatment led to his premature death by suicide in 1954. Turing's story is a stark reminder of the world's inherent unfairness. Despite his genius and contributions to society, he was persecuted simply for being who he was. This is a painful truth we must accept. The world is often unjust, treating people unequally based on their identity or circumstances beyond their control. Yet, it's through acknowledging this harsh reality that we can strive to confront and challenge such inequality. 10. Suffering, understanding the intrinsic nature of pain. Suffering is the shadow that trails every step, the echo that follows every sound. It is the inevitable companion of joy, the stark contrast that gives meaning to our moments of happiness. In our journey through life, we must confront this painful truth: suffering is intrinsic to our existence. It is not a deviation from the norm, but an integral part of the human condition. Vincent van Gogh, a name synonymous with post-impressionist art, lived a life marred by pain and suffering. His journey was one of constant struggle, battling severe depression, poverty, and physical illness. Despite his prodigious output of over 2,000 artworks, commercial success eluded him during his lifetime. His mental health deteriorated over time, leading to psychotic episodes and self-harm. In a fit of rage, he severed part of his own ear. His depression persisted, and in 1890, when he allegedly shot himself, dying 2 days later. Van Gogh's life is a stark reminder that suffering is an intrinsic part of existence. His pain was not a detour, but a path that led him to create some of the most influential works in Western art history. His life serves as a testament to the painful truth that suffering is often prerequisite for achieving greatness and life itself. His posthumous fame underscores another harsh reality, that recognition and understanding often come too late. 11. Responsibility, owning our actions and their consequences. In the grand theater of life, we are not merely spectators but active participants, bound by the chains of cause and effect. This is the somber dance of responsibility, a relentless reminder that our actions have consequences often far-reaching and irreversible. It's a painful truth we must all confront, a bitter pill we must swallow in the journey of self-realization. Dan Price, the CEO of Gravity Payments, is a personification of responsibility and ownership. In 2015, Price made headlines when he decided to slash his own salary by a staggering 90% in order to raise the minimum wage at his company to $70,000 a year. This was a bold move, especially considering that it was not prompted by any external crisis, but rather by Price's own sense of responsibility towards his employees. Price's decision was met with both praise and criticism. Some lauded his commitment to income equality, while others predicted that the move would lead to the company's downfall. Despite the controversy, Price stood by his decision, accepting the potential consequences of his actions. In the years that followed, Gravity Payments thrived, proving many of the naysayers wrong. Price's gamble had paid off, but more importantly, he had demonstrated the true meaning of responsibility, owning one's actions and their consequences, even when the stakes are high. 12. Limitations, recognizing our boundaries and embracing them. In the shadowy corners of our existence, we sometimes find the chilling reality, a painful truth about our limitations. These are the boundaries that cage us, the invisible walls that confine our abilities, dreams, and aspirations. In our oblivion, we often overlook this grim truth: we are inherently limited. We are not omnipotent beings, but rather, creatures bound by the laws of nature, time, and our own physical and mental capacities. Yet in this bleak landscape, there is a profound lesson to be learnt. Phil Hansen, a renowned artist, provides a compelling example of recognizing and embracing limitations. Hansen developed a tremor in his hand while in art school, a condition that seemed to shatter his dreams of creating art. The tremor was so severe that it prevented him from doing the kind of art he loved. Frustrated and defeated, he left art altogether. However, after 3 years, his longing for art led him to a neurologist who confirmed that his nerve damage was permanent. The tremor was here to stay. But the doctor suggested something that changed Hansen's life forever. He said, "Why don't you just embrace the shake?" Hansen took this advice to heart and chose to embrace his limitations. He began to create art in ways he had never dreamed of before, using his tremor as a unique tool rather than a hindrance. He discovered that limitations could indeed set him free and spark creativity in the most unlikely places. His story serves as a powerful reminder that our limitations can become our strengths if we choose to view them from a different perspective. 13. Imperfection, the endless flaws. We are all flawed, imperfect beings navigating through the labyrinth of existence. We stumble, we fall, we falter. Our imperfections are not blemishes to be hidden away, but rather, they are integral parts of our identity. In this world that incessantly demands perfection, we are constantly under the pressure to conform, to fit into a mold that is often unattainable. This relentless pursuit of perfection can lead us down a path of self-destruction, stripping us of our individuality and authenticity. Fred Astaire, the legendary dancer and actor, was once dismissed as a performer who can't act. Slightly bald. Dances a little. This harsh critique came after a Hollywood screen test, a moment that could have easily been the end of his career. But Astaire, instead of succumbing to the sting of rejection, embraced his imperfections and used them as a stepping stone towards his success. Astaire's story is a testament to the beauty of flaws and the power of perseverance. He didn't allow the harsh judgment of others to define his worth or his talent. Instead, he continued to dance, act, and perform, eventually becoming one of the most celebrated figures in the entertainment industry. His journey serves as a stark reminder that our imperfections do not define us, but rather, they are part of our unique dance of life. By letting go of the pursuit of perfection, we can embrace the imperfect aspects of life and find joy in the messiness of existence. Conclusion? Life is a tapestry woven with truths. Embracing these truths is not an easy task, but it is a necessary one if we are to fully embrace the human experience. By accepting impermanence, mortality, uncertainty, vulnerability, failure, regret, loneliness, change, inequality, suffering, responsibility, limitations, and imperfection, we open ourselves up to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Only by accepting these difficult truths can we find the strength, resilience, and wisdom to navigate life's challenges and live by the truth.